Keir Starmer, leader of the Labour Party, is facing increasing scrutiny over concerns about government efficiency. As the UK navigates economic challenges, public sector struggles, and key policy debates, critics argue that Starmer's leadership lacks decisive action. But is this criticism fair, or is it part of the usual political back and forth? In this article, we'll break down the main points of contention, explore differing viewpoints, and assess what this means for Starmer's leadership and the future of the Labour Party. The criticism: is Starmer's leadership falling short? Starmer's opponents, both from within and outside his party, have raised concerns about what they see as slow decision-making and a lack of clear direction on major issues. Some of the key criticisms include lack of clear economic plans, with inflation, cost of living struggles, and public sector pay disputes dominating headlines. Some argue that Labour has not outlined a bold enough economic strategy. Delays in policy implementation. Critics say Starmer has hesitated on key reforms, particularly in healthcare, education, and workers' rights. Concerns over party unity. Some within Labour worry that the party's messaging is inconsistent, which could weaken its ability to win public trust. Conservative politicians have seized on these points, accusing Labour of being unprepared to govern effectively. Meanwhile, some left-leaning figures believe Starmer is too cautious and unwilling to take bold action. Defending Starmer, a strategic approach? While criticism is mounting, Starmer's supporters argue that his approach is measured and deliberate, focusing on long-term stability rather than rushed decisions. They counter the claims of inefficiency with the following points. Restoring Labour's credibility. After years of internal divisions, Starmer has worked to rebuild Labour's image as a party of competent governance. Avoiding populist promises. Unlike some of his predecessors, he has been careful not to make unrealistic pledges that could backfire in government. Focusing on pragmatism over ideology. Starmer's leadership style is often described as pragmatic, prioritizing achievable policies over sweeping reforms that may be difficult to implement. His allies argue that while this approach may frustrate some who want rapid change, it positions Labour as a responsible alternative to the current Conservative government. Public perception. How does the UK see Starmer's leadership? Recent polls show a mixed picture. Labour continues to lead the Conservatives in voter support, but there are questions about whether Starmer is seen as a strong leader. Strengths. Many voters appreciate his steady approach and see him as a serious alternative to Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. Weaknesses. Others feel that he lacks the charisma and boldness needed to drive major reforms. The challenge for Labour is convincing the public that it is not just an opposition party, but a government in waiting capable of delivering real change. The road ahead. Can Starmer address these concerns? As the next general election approaches, Starmer faces key tests that will determine whether Labour can translate its poll leads into an electoral victory. 1. Stronger policy clarity. Outlining detailed plans on taxation, NHS funding, and public services will be crucial. 2. Boosting public confidence. Voters need to see decisive leadership and clear messaging on Labour's vision for the country. 3. Managing internal party expectations. Balancing different wings of the Labour Party will be essential to avoid divisions. If Starmer can navigate these challenges, Labour stands a strong chance of forming the next government. But if concerns about inefficiency persist, the Conservative Party will likely use them as a major attack line in the upcoming election campaign. Conclusion. A defining moment for Labour. The debate over Starmer's leadership reflects broader questions about the future of UK politics. Is Labour offering a credible alternative, or is it struggling to prove its readiness for government? What do you think? Is Starmer's approach smart and strategic, or does Labour need a more decisive leadership style? Let us know in the comments. If you found this discussion insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on the latest political news.